my hat's off to Jimmy Laycock. I just coached the last time against one of the guys that's in the Hall of Fame, and that's a pretty humbling thing. This is a guy I grew up revering, a guy that's meant a ton to that institution, the football program, and just football in general in the Mid-Atlantic. And I'm glad we won. I didn't want to hand him that kind of thing on the way out the door, but what an awesome, awesome football coach. Very proud of our guys. It's hard to win a college football game, and it's hard to win in October in the grind, but we're 2-0. And with that being said, you got to look at these guys and look at their faces right now, and they're not really smiling. And to be 5-1 and not smiling, you know, we won a football game, and that's pretty cool. But that's not the standard of play that we've expected from ourselves. And from a head coach's perspective, I guess it doesn't get much better because we get to walk away with a win, knowing we have a lot to work on.
The prototypical hacky adjustment question, the first half, were there any after halftime?
Yeah, we played harder. Seriously. It wasn't schematically anything we did differently. They're a good football team. They got scholarship players too. And they've played a brutal, brutal schedule coming in here. Probably some of the best defenses in the country. You know, I don't know what my stats would be like if we had to line up against Virginia Tech. And we play Colgate, who might have the #1 defense, top 5 in the country. I mean, they played a brutal schedule. So we knew they were a good football team. We knew we were going to have our hands full. But this wasn't about them. This was about us, finding a way to win. And we did that, but we're better than this. We know it, and we got a lot of work to do.
Rob, this was only the second time this season you guys have trailed at halftime. Did you have any concerns about being down at halftime?
No, not at all. Not with our team. My only concern would have been if our team decided not to show up in the second half, and we did. It's who we are, who we've worked to be, who we said we want to be, and we just decided to be more of that in the second half, and it showed. No, it wasn't a concern at all.
The special team mistakes, were they more fundamental blocking up front? Or?
Gonna have to watch the tape to see that. I can tell you they're massively disappointing.
Did you feel in that last 2-point conversion you didn't have confidence in the?
Exactly. I've already seen enough of the extra point field goal unit for one day. I don't need to see that anymore. That's the worst display of extra point field goal unit play in the 10 years since I've been here. That's getting fixed.
Jabari, can you take us through that touchdown catch?
Coach called the play, and I made the play. So that's it. Nothing more to it.
Did you know that you had caught the ball inbounds?
Oh yeah, I knew. I knew.
I'm gonna drink while you're answering questions.
What gave you the confidence to know that you had done that? Because they went to the review to make sure that happened.
Can you repeat the question?
What gave you confidence to know that you actually had caught the ball inbounds?
Confidence.
How'd you know? How'd you know you caught it inbounds?
I just went up and made a play. I just knew I had it. I just knew I was in bounds. It wasn't much thinking. I just caught it and just knew I was in.
Is that one of your top catches ever?
Oh yeah, one of my favorites.
That might be one of the top catches to ever happen in the stadium, and that's a pretty hefty statement, but it's a pretty honest statement. Personally, I can't say whether he was in or not, but replay says he was, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, he had a catch like that last year against William & Mary. I saw the film.
Oh yeah.
Stadium Sports Center.
Yeah.
Jabari, did you feel like your touchdown catch gave the team a lift? Because at that point, I think it gave you guys a 2-score lead.
Yeah, it brought some juice to the team. When I caught it, got real hype, and everybody started. I saw the sideline get real hype, so it brought some juice to the team.
First half seems like you guys drove the ball pretty well, but you couldn't finish drives. How did you see the defensively? Did they do anything different?
No, they played what we expected them to do. They just played well. The defensive line was pretty good, you know. The way those guys played and got after me, they were good. And the secondary did a great job when we got down there. We were definitely able to move the ball early in the drives, but then when we got down there, we struggled a little bit. We didn't get that 4th down in the second half. And they did a good job. It's a credit to them.
And what do you feel the second half turnaround? Some more better execution?
Well, we had that big play at the end. That was a nice touchdown. That was a big play. The other one was, I forgot how we get just running. I think I used my feet a little bit more in that second half. I realized I needed to get out of there and make some plays with my feet as opposed to hanging in there. But just big plays, making guys stepping up and making big plays in big time moments.
Tom, what do you think as a team you guys learned about yourselves in the second half?
That's something that we've learned. I've figured it out against Villanova, that when we respond well to adversity, I mean, went down 14-0 against Villanova. I feel like the guys, they just kind of shake it off, and I think that's what our team is. You know, as an offense, you need to have a quiet confidence around, you know, just a quiet confidence in yourself and the unit, and I think that's what we have right now. That's something that we take pride in as an offense and as a defense, as a whole team. Quiet confidence that we have.
Ricky, can you talk about the defense? In the last couple of weeks, I think you've held teams that are at least close to 100 yards rushing or less than that today.
Defensively, I think we've done a pretty good job, you know, staying consistent and trying to stop people and getting in our playbooks and, you know, watching tons of film and seeing teams' tendencies. But, you know, sometimes we have a tendency to, you know, let off the gas a little bit. And I feel like as a defense, if we need to continue to keep our foot on people's necks. So when they're trying to score or when they're trying to go down the field, you know, we contain them and get the offense back the ball so Tom can keep scoring. You know, when our offense get the ball, that as you can see, they're unstoppable. So as long as we can prevent people from scoring, I feel like we do our job.
You feel like the pass rush was dialed up a little bit more tonight?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, the previous games, I haven't, personally for me, in my eyes, I feel like I haven't done as well as I know I can. And I know a lot of guys rely on me to rush and get the quarterback and sack him. So, you know, I just, you know, that one play, I just felt like my team needed me right now, and I need to make a big stop. And, you know, by the grace of God, I did.
How has the transition been for you coming from Oklahoma? I know you played a lot defensively. You moved to offense at one point.
The transition's been great. You know, since I've been here, the guys have welcomed me with open arms. You know, I get the family atmosphere here. Guys are willing to work hard, do whatever it takes to be successful, and you know, that's something I've always wanted to be a part of. You know, and you get that sense of family as soon as you walk in through the door. You know, first time I seen Coach Ambrose, he smiled and laughed, gave me a hug. You know, and I didn't always get that where I was, but you know, I'm just glad to be here and you know, continue to do the things that we need to do to continue to win and move forward.
Rob, you feel like now that you're in a top 25 team that instead of being the underdog, now you're sort of the marked man a little bit?
Not at all. As far as from what I've been told before last week, and you know, this is how it works, but there's only 2 teams in America, that's what I was told, that have 2 top 25 wins, and only 1 team that has 2 top 15 wins, and that's us. And we're still not in the top 10. So no, we're walking around with a huge chip on our shoulder that we're just, if we keep winning, they can't keep us out, so who cares about the rankings?
Like a strong game from Shane Simpson tonight.
A very strong game. And as a matter of fact, if you guys were watching really, really close, he's done well with the ball in his hand. But he ran hard today. That's a good way to describe it. Hard, physically hard, harder than he's run this season. And I've already acknowledged that in the locker room with him, and I plan on acknowledging it tomorrow. He's a healthy Shane Simpson makes us better.
And I guess Gigi's touchdown run sort of finished the game in some way.
It did, and it's pretty cool for him that his family flew in from North Dakota to see him play. So it's a great finish for him and for us.
Do you look a little familiar to that 28 running for?
Yeah, for half a second. Yeah, it took me a while, and actually it was the same call that Terrence had made his money on here for a little bit too, which was kind of cool.
What do you take from today's game heading into Albany next week?
We need a better week of practice. That if we want to play to the level of our standard, that we need to prepare to the level of our standard, and we didn't do that as a team this week, and that's on me. So I'm expecting a pretty high level of intensity of practice, greater level of focus, and it really when you're a good football team, it's not about who you play. Nothing changes based on who you play. It's about how you play and how you prepare. And this was not one of our best preparation weeks, and it showed on the field with the mistakes that we made. So we got some things to clean up this week.
So William and Mary, they're not exactly known for their high-powered offense, but was there anything that they did that was different from what they had done in previous games that surprised you? And what adjustments did you make to shut them down in the second half?
They weren't doing anything different other than the fact they played 2 quarterbacks later in the game, which I thought that was a little bit of a surprise. And schematically, they did what we thought they would do, and I thought we pretty much had them handled defensively for the entirety of the game. I mean, they made some plays. Hey, they got some good coaches too. They got some scholarship players over there that are pretty impressive too. So they came to play, and you're searching for the perfect game, but you're never going to find one. And it's what you do consistently over time that gets you the victory, and we did enough to do that.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.